Let's take a look at what happened with Tesla today and also the rest of the market. So we closed at 239.43, down $27.85. This is more than 10% down. Post-market seemed to be down a little bit more. Let's take a look at the facts and then let's try to figure out what we can do to profit from those facts. So yes, we are still into a downward channel. Tesla is still going down. This is the trend. This has been the trend since December. Let's not forget, this is not a surprise, and we have not been long Tesla since January of this year. So yes, Tesla is going down. It does not affect us at all. We are in the market when we have good reasons to think that a stock will go. If we make a mistake, we have a stop loss not too far away and we get out. We only put our money in when there's a significant move that stock is doing. So we have not been in Tesla since January as a whole. Technical analysis is helping us find the nice buy opportunities, but it's also telling us when to get out of a stock. So we are out. We don't care if Tesla goes down to $2. In fact, we would love it because most likely this is going to go back up. We don't buy and hold blindly. We buy and hold, and when a stock is telling us that it has finished going higher, it has finished going sideways and starts to go down, we get out. So we are perfectly fine. We are saving thousands and tens of thousands of dollars. And on top of that, we can make a little bit of money on the way down. So what's not to like about this? So we are into a downward channel. Recently, we were into a bullish channel for Tesla. So since the beginning of March, we have been going sideways. And then we started to go a little bit higher. So this was the opportunity for us to make a little bit of money. That was nice. Then we cooled down a little bit and we made a little bit of money on the way down. And here we lost a little bit of money right here because we had a buy signal a couple of days ago. Everything technically was good. Yes, the VIX was high, but the rest of the technicals were good. But we have a stop loss not too far away, so we could get out. Right now, we are no longer inside this bullish channel that has started in mid-March. We are no longer inside of it. We are outside of it. And yesterday, we were in this congestion zone between 252.14 and 291.77. This is going to be our new buy signal trigger, 291.77, because 273.79 proved out not to be that good of a buy signal. So we are just moving along with the stock and following what the stock is telling us. So today we broke lower than 252.14. This was a sell signal. This was a trigger to sell. And right now we stopped at 238. Hopefully this one is going to go to 217.65. This is a bigger support than at 238, but we'll have to see next week what is going to happen with this. In terms of stochastic, we have lost stochastic over 60. So this means that there's no momentum up for Tesla at all. So we should start thinking about shorting, which we did today. If we take a look at the 1 hour charts, within the first hour, we had broken 252.14 and we were on our way to 238. And look at this, we went closer and closer to it towards the end of the day. No stochastic at all on the 1 hour chart. So no upside momentum for Tesla so far. Let's take a look at the rest of the market. Look at this. VIX at 45. This is absolutely incredible. Plus up 15.28, 50% higher. And when VIX is over 20, this is bad. So you can only imagine VIX at 45, how bad this is. In 2022, we had reached 35. And in 2020, we reached 88. Nobody knows how far this will go, but for sure, this is not pretty to be holding pretty much of anything. If we take a look at the bonds are also continuing their way down. They seem to be wanting to go lower than this bearish channel support. And this theory that Trump wants to crash the market in order for the bonds to go lower so that he can refinance some of the debt that the US has to refinance in 6 months. This theory might come true. I don't know if it's true, but it's looking like the bonds are really falling. Let's take a look at Dow Jones. Look at this. Look at this right here. Dow Jones is down 5%. We stopped at 38,332. And right now we have this big bullish channel that we are just basically touching. So we are stopping right here. We are going to see if next week we are not going to climb a little bit before continuing, or if we are just going to go through it. SPX, pretty much the same thing. This one has gone through 51.17. There's no stochastic here at all. And you know what I say when there's no stochastic? Don't get into anything that has no stochastic. Because even though it can have a little bit of a move up, then most likely these moves up should not be believed. And this is exactly what happened. This move up was not to be believed. It stopped. Nasdaq also, this one is following. This one is 96%. And this one is pretty much, it went a little bit farther. It went a little bit farther than its bearish channel support. Russell also crossing important support. So this is pretty abysmal. So we are into a conserve your money in cash mode. We have been in cash for some time, and we are just letting this one go down. Let's take a look at the rest of the market. I think that this is worth it. Apple also continuing down. We are 7% down. We are towards the bottom of the channel. So we'll see next week if we are not starting to pull back up a little bit, because we have two gaps in a row. So at some point, we are going to be bound to stabilize. Amazon, same thing. AMD continuing down. So everything across the board. I won't go through all of them, but basically across the board, we have between 3% down and Palantir 11% down. SoFi 10% down. So this is really strong. Grab 12% down, right smack on the bearish channel support. Take a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin going sideways, not too bad. The XRP also going sideways. Physical gold weakening a little bit. So this one, I'm a little bit disappointed by this one. Gold should be going higher when things like this are happening, but this is not what is taking into effect. In terms of technical patterns, Tesla is into a downtrend. We have support at 217.65, and we have not even reached that support that happened in March. So Tesla is relatively strong, even though if we look at the number, 10% down is 10% down. But in terms of the technicals, 217.65, we are not even reaching support that we had in March. And if we take a look at Apple, the support that we had in March was at 209, and right now we are at 178. So you see the relative weakness of Apple compared to Tesla, and I'm pretty sure this is across the board. Amazon, in March, we were at 191. Right now, we are at 167. So I might sound like a fool right now, but this is a fact. Tesla is in a relatively interesting position. I don't know why exactly. We know that full self-driving is going to be turned on, I think in Texas, somewhere in a city in Texas. This is going to start the robo-taxi era. Maybe this is why things are not going as low as they could have been, but we'll see. In terms of economic data that we received today, the non-farm payrolls, the forecast was at 100K. Look at this. The U.S. economy added 228,000 jobs in March 2025, above a downwardly revised 117K in February. It is the strongest figure in 3 months, as job gains occurred in healthcare, social assistance, and transportation and warehousing. So this is interesting data. Lots of jobs. The forecast was at 100K and we doubled that. Unemployment is staying the same at 4.2. This was forecasted. Average hourly earnings, this is pretty much according to the forecast, nothing new here. Average hourly earnings year over year, we have a little bit of a decrease. So the wages are going a little bit down. and the participation rate, which is the labor force participation rate in the United States, increased by 0.1%. Nothing too strong right here. Let's take a look at the heat map of the market. Oh, look at this. I don't think I have seen anything this red ever. There's a few greens, very few greens, but I think we should save this picture. I should take a screenshot of this. This is absolutely incredible. As I said yesterday, what can we do to profit from this? First, we need not to get hammered by this. And not being in the market is worth its weight in gold. So not taking a hit is fantastic. Then we can find some selling opportunities. Like in Tesla, we had a selling opportunity today when we broke lower than 252.14. In terms of the indicators, as I said yesterday, once we have a gap down, you can try and chase it and see where it takes you. This is not something I can recommend in itself because this is like gambling, because nobody knows if this is going to bounce back up on Monday or was going to bounce back up today. We are looking for high probability trades. And even though if you are positioned correctly, these can be great trades, but they are not high probability trades. You can buy a few puts just to have fun and see what happens. And as I mentioned, put a stop loss not too far back up in case it reverses on you. These are not high probability trades that are happening right now. Eventually, and nobody knows when, but eventually things are going to start to settle and then start to go back. And then we are going to get our high probability trades. Even though in the news, people will still be fearful, we are going to see the market start to recover, and then we can take position, looking at the momentum that we are seeing and joining that momentum. So this is the strategy that we have on this channel. This is what we are going to do. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing. If you like what I do, you can become a YouTube member. Click on my TradingView affiliate link. I'm going to wish you a great weekend. We are going to talk on Monday, unless you are a member, in which case we are also going to talk tomorrow instead of Sunday this weekend. So have a great weekend, and I'm going to tell you à la prochaine.